Very troubling to me seeing the amount of teachers or people that are claiming to be teachers. Who knows, they could be trolls just trying to rile something up. But the amount of people who are claiming to be teachers who are seemingly unable to source check. They are unable to watch a video all the way through. They are unable to use context clues, understand nuance, and they are unable to understand a message without needing endless caveats. That is deeply troubling to me. And because for some reason in this topic I need endless caveats, I'm not saying all teachers, I'm saying the teachers that have commented things like this. This shows a lack of comprehension skills, and this is evidence of the literacy crisis. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to say that teachers as a whole are dumb or unqualified. Quite the opposite. I respect teachers so much. Teachers are the backbone of society. I've said this a million times throughout my career. I've said a million times, teachers and nurses deserve to get paid a shit ton more, right? If you watch the video, you would know that the reason why I was even speaking about side hustles is because people were saying, what, aren't teachers allowed side hustles? So I was clarifying that yes, you can have side hustles. I know you're paid shit all and you should be paid more, but I'm not saying that you aren't allowed to have side hustles. This person has taken that as me thinking that teachers only work 9 till 3. Now, another context clue that would show that I don't think that would be that I said in the video that they commented on that I was raised by a teacher, not just one teacher, but I had my auntie as well, but also having a single mother who's a teacher. All of my aunties growing up, like all of my mum's best friends, were teachers. So I've been around teachers. Pretty much they were the only adults that I had in my life. My whole life were teachers and some doctors and some dentists. So you would know that I know as someone who was raised by a teacher that it isn't just 9 till 3. That's a pretty easy deduction to make, right? Obviously, I was at school with my mum from 6:30 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon because my mum got there early because she was worried about the kids that their parents couldn't afford before and after school care. And she'd get in there early because she would think, I don't want these babies, because she teaches year 1, well, prep to year 2. I don't want these babies there by themselves. So we would go in. I would also go in on school holidays and do her classroom with her. Like, it's pretty easy to deduce that I know that teachers don't just work 9 till 3. That's deeply troubling to me. If you are teaching children and this is your reaction to this video, you've stripped all context, you've misunderstood, you've also put words in my mouth and then had to go at me for that, that's worrying. I'm also concerned about the teachers that seem to be repeating lies that they've seen in other comment sections or other content pieces that other teacher influencers have made. People have said that I said multiple times that no teachers should have social media. I never said that. I said in a comment, I don't think that they should have a public social media profile. And in other comments and in the video, I was talking about with their full name attached. I didn't think I had to say it explicitly because it existed within the context of the comment section. I've clarified that multiple times. And still, in every video that I'm clarifying that, teachers are still commenting with screenshots of that comment going, what about this then? So they haven't even watched the video in full. They first of all haven't source checked to see if I said no teacher ever, because I didn't. They then haven't watched the video in full to see me address what they're posting as a gotcha. And then they're posting something that clearly says public profile, not no social media ever. Is that not worrying to all of us? There have been other teachers who say, oh, what? So just because I have an online presence doesn't mean that I'm going after children. I've never said that. In fact, I explicitly said, I know that most of you, 99% of you, are not doing that. The issue is, I'm talking about the 1% of weirdos that do things like that. Hence why I think there should be a blanket rule to prevent any chance of this happening. Other teachers, and this is the most worrying to me, have said students are the ones that should have boundaries. Students should learn boundaries. I shouldn't have boundaries. I'm the teacher. The kids should figure it out. I don't even know if I have to explain what's wrong with that, but there have been many teachers in my comment sections and other comment sections of videos about this that have also been taken out of context, edited my video down, who have said things like this. That's disturbing to me, that you think that the onus on boundaries is on the children. Even been issues with like definitions of words. Teachers have been commenting saying that I'm backtracking when actually I'm clarifying. And when I ask them what I'm backtracking on, they go, well, it's that I understood from your previous video that you meant this, but I didn't say that. That's your misunderstanding. Probably not intentional, but don't say that I'm backtracking. Say, as other teachers have, thanks for clarifying. There have been many teachers, by the way, who have gone, I was off that video, but your clarification helped me a lot. Thanks so much for explaining this. It makes much more sense now. But there have been other teachers who have been coming for me going, well, it was on you to explain that you didn't mean XYZ. That's where context comes in. That's where nuance comes in. We shouldn't need endless caveats to understand a piece of media. There have been lies repeated in comment sections about me, my comment sections, even when I clarify them. Even when in the video itself, I clarify it in other comment sections. And that worries me in terms of source checking. That teachers, hundreds of them, it seems, are commenting and making content about this without source checking first. That's a worry. That's a worry. It's also troubling that a big group of teachers are now focusing on one comment that I made that I've clarified many, many times, that I meant public plus your full name. That's my opinion. It's not policy that I'm enacting. It's my opinion. It's worrying that you are focusing on that part of the conversation and making content, snarky content, focusing on that part of the conversation rather than the part of the conversation that was the actual video that was about teachers in classrooms recording themselves with identifiers behind them or with the kids in the videos or laughing about how close they are with the kids. Because the original video was about grooming. That's the point of it. And the fact that it's been twisted and taken, it really worries me that that's the focus. And that really worries me in terms of like understanding what a piece of media is actually trying to say. What's at the core of a piece of media? Full name / public profile thing is the least of my worries. That's something that's a personal opinion of mine that I think, I think it's best practice. As I've said in multiple videos now, best practice. I don't think you're evil. I don't think you should be fired. I don't think that you are a creep. I never said any of those things, despite the fact that a lot of you have taken that from it, because apparently I need to do endless caveats. I'm saying that I believe it's best practice, and the reason why it's relevant that I know teachers is because I know teachers my age who do have fake names, who do have private accounts, who are very, very, very cautious in terms of how their kids can access them, their students. There have been comments saying that, oh, well, my kids can access me anywhere because I'm a country teacher, I'm from a small rural town, so I see them wherever, so what's the difference between that and social media? That worries me, that you can't see the difference between that and social media. Again, I grew up with a single mother who's a teacher. I was with her all the time. I know you see the kids at Coles. I know you see them out and about. I know my mum still, as adults, run up to her and go, ah, and lose their mind seeing her. That's not what I'm talking about. It's not about them seeing you as a person outside of school. It's about access, boundaries, security, safety. And it worries me that some teachers are twisting this scenario to victimize themselves rather than focusing on the ideal goal of child protection and child safety. And even the fact that I'm saying child safety, some of them are having an issue with, saying, how dare you say it's about child safety? You're implying that teachers are... No, I'm not implying anything. People are not understanding that almost every workplace has rules, particularly government workplaces have rules and regulations around social media that are very strict. So anyone commenting going, well, what about this industry? Should they have rules? They do have rules. So again, source checking is an issue. This is my last video on it because I'm exhausted and I can't believe the way this has all been misinterpreted when the core of it was child safety and child protection from groomers. But what I want to say is this. I love teachers. I respect teachers. My mother is a teacher. I have staunchly been for teachers getting paid more, having less hours, having less contact with parents and harassing them all the time. Like, I love teachers. You are the backbone of a society. I understand that you are constantly shut on, for fucking lack of a better term, but I wasn't doing that to the teaching profession. I was talking about specific behaviours of teachers that I would hope we all agree can be damaging at the very least.